special about the Gulf of Mexico. I lived in Florida for a time, but I had never been further south. Our adventures are all outside because we were not about to be inside when it was gorgeous weather. It was consistently 75 degrees and sunny the 2 weeks of February we were down there. For us native New Englanders, it was summer in February. If you're looking for things to do in the Tampa Bay area, you are in the right place. Anna Maria Island is home to beautiful beach mansions, great restaurants, beautiful beaches, and the best ice cream. As you are traveling over the bridge from Bradenton, if you go straight until you hit the water, you will run into Holmes Beach, and this is free parking. There are clean bathrooms here, gift shop, ice cream shop, and a small restaurant. If you plan on parking here, be sure to get there super early. The lots fill up quickly. If you arrive and the lot is full, there is free parallel parking on side streets. Anna Maria Island sand is unique. The sand has lots of broken up shells and sand dollars in it. There were areas of powdery white sand, but most of it was chunky. Our kids loved searching for shells here. On the bay side of Anna Maria Island, there is a beautiful, recently built pier with a restaurant at the end of it. It was super fun to grab ice cream at Two Scoops across the street, which was the best ice cream in town in my opinion, and walk down the pier to listen to the bands playing at the end of the pier. Emerson Point Preserve feels like you left Florida and entered into a rainforest. There is so much lush greenery, palmettos, palm trees, and big live oaks with Spanish moss. There are several walking paths, some of which you can ride your bike on. One of the coolest parts of this preserve is that there is an Indian mound that you can walk up on a boardwalk. There are lots of educational plaques that you can learn all about the natives that once lived on the land. St. Pete's Beach was such a contrast to Anna Maria Island. This area is where a lot of big hotels are. It was very crowded, and the parking lots were $3.75 an hour when we visited. There were public bathrooms at the parking lot that were fairly clean. Driving around St. Pete's Beach was very slow. There was a lot of traffic with small roads. St. Pete's Beach had many shops and restaurants as well. The Bradenton Riverwalk was such a great find for us, located on the Manatee River. We love riding our bikes, and the Bradenton Riverwalk has a great bike path. You can even bike across the bridge into Palmetto. The Riverwalk has a playground and a seasonal splash pad in the middle of it. As you walk along the path, you will run into a skate park, a sand volleyball court, and a workout area. My son's absolute favorite part about this Riverwalk is that the Tropicana train tracks go right through it. John Chestnut is a park located in Palm Harbor, Florida. It is free to visit and most areas are free to park in. There are lots of boardwalks wandering through heavily wooded areas with beautiful live oaks covered in Spanish moss, palm trees, and palmettos. Many birds are located in this park, and if you bring birdseed, they will eat it right out of your hand. As you walk around the ponds on some of the nature trails, you'll see alligators bathing in the sun. Honeymoon Island State Park is a great way to see what Florida looked like before it was highly populated. There is a great paved bike path that goes through the park, but some of the paths are not paved. There was also a beautiful beach on the island that you could go swimming in. The Osprey Trail was beautiful, but some sandy areas made it hard to ride bikes through. There were many osprey nests located on the trail, and we saw lots of osprey flying around. At the end of the trail, there was an even bigger nest that had bald eagle chicks in it, and the bald eagle was sitting on the tree branch guarding it. There were so many animals to see at Honeymoon Island State Park, like gopher tortoises, egrets, and rattlesnakes. Worth an $8 investment for sure, a great thing to do in the Tampa Bay area. Clearwater Beach is a very popular place to be. Parking is difficult to come by. There was no free parking that we found. Many lots fill up by mid-morning, especially on beautiful days. The beach itself was beautiful. The sand was similar to other beaches discussed in this video. Lots of broken up shells and sand dollars. At this beach, we found a sea sponge washed up on the shore. We also saw a big manatee breach about 20 feet from the shore. Fort DeSoto Park has over 1,000 acres of pristine beaches, beautiful wildlife, and vegetation that is hard to beat. This was one of our favorite things to do in the Tampa Bay area. There's also the fort that was built in 1898 during the Spanish-American War. There are lots of educational signs telling of the history of the area. We learned a lot. Getting into the park is free, but to park anywhere, it is $5 for the whole day. There is a paved path that goes into the park that is great to walk or ride your bike on. There are so many stops along the way to explore. There are several nature trails that are packed crushed stone that take you into the wilderness. In the park, there are two main beaches, East Beach and North Beach. We found that East Beach was great for finding creatures. This beach is on the bay and had lots of seaweed.
I feel like sea urchin. It's literally alive.
North Beach was off the Gulf and was a typical Florida beach with white sand and great shells. This beach was much more conducive for swimming, and we found lots of sand dollars here. There is an extremely big parking lot. Be sure to park as close to the far side as you can, or it will be a long walk. If you are an outdoor lover, there are so many things to do in the Tampa Bay area. This is not just for the big hotel stay and beach lovers.